Necessary Angel, in association with the Film Farm, is presenting Divisidero. It's a performance called Divisidero, a performance. The writer's Michael Ondaatje, the director is Daniel Brooks, and Justin Rutledge created the music specifically for the piece and is also part of the cast, and he's with us today. Good morning.
Good morning.
So, did you have to work specifically with Daniel and Michael to create the music?
Well, the process for this began about 4 years ago now, and Michael...
4 years ago, wow.
4 years ago, yeah. Michael approached me with the seed of an idea, saying that he wanted to somehow translate his novel, Divisidero, into some sort of a stage play, and asked if I would write the music. So initially I was just involved on that front.
It's a pretty high compliment.
It sure is.
Yeah. Like, hey, Michael Ondaatje, get out of here.
Yeah, that doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, I might be doing something right here. Maybe I won't go back to university. But so what I did is I read the novel a few times thoroughly and started to send him ideas because he wanted me to write some songs based on this one character named Cooper in particular. So for the as we'd get together every few months to sort of go through readings, I'd send him MP3 files or ideas, and then about 2 years into it, my role got sort of expanded into a little...
The role of Cooper.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Tom McCamus was the only other male actor at the time, so they asked me to be involved in more of an acting capacity as well. So the character sort of evolved through the workshops, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And are you singing as well?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And have you written music, background music as well, or is it just music specific to Cooper?
It's music specific to Cooper. And there's a sound designer, so there's other sort of involved. I have nothing to do with that, but yeah, it's been a really interesting process because I've gotten to know this character quite well over the past few years, and of course it's wonderful to work with Daniel Brooks and the cast.
Sure.
I wonder what it's like working with Michael Ondaatje. Did he ever say, "Nah, I don't like this," and you're like, "Shut up"?
No, it never got to blows.
Right.
But I was, I would send him as much as I could, and sometimes I think, I think it was all about whittling down the script. It was all about whittling down the text and creating a very musically. It was. I would just send him as much as he wanted.
Is it similar to what your recorded output has been so far in terms of the style of music?
Yes, I think he saw something when he approached me. He had seen just an acoustic performance of mine. I just did a couple songs, and something in that acoustic performance reminded him of this character. That's what happened.
Oh, tell us about Cooper. Who is he?
Cooper is well, he's a farmhand initially in the play, but his history is somehow sordid. His parents were murdered when he was a young boy, and he was taken by a man to sort of work on and live on his farm, and grew up with this man and his daughters, two girls, and that's sort of the genesis of the piece. And he's a worker, but in his spare time he reads books on the gold rush, and he gets into cards, and so the play kind of evolves from there.
There are themes of memory and identity and love, and with a grip of the past on the present. What does that mean exactly?
Well, the play is it's a retelling of a woman's life and how the past has affected her throughout her years, and how it has kind of made her the woman that she became. So it is a play on how the past affects the present, and how lives are changed by various incidents, traumatic or otherwise, in one's life.
Is it set in today's time?
Yeah, it's set in California, in California, Nevada, Tahoe, in the 80s, 90s, I guess, Yeah.
Now, as a musical performer, I mean, you're an actor, right?
Well,
but in a way, because you're trying to get across your story, your songs. What is it? What's the difference between just, going, here's, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Rutledge, and you come out and you play your songs, as opposed to being an actor? I mean, are they the same? Is there a vast difference?
I think there's a tremendous difference. Someone was saying, well, you're acting when you're singing your songs, right? And I feel as though when I'm performing my own music, I can be myself, because there's sort of a truth that I'm unveiling, and I don't have to be someone else. Now, there are performers who take on characters on stage, but I'm really myself when I perform my music. And I just let the music do the talking. But when I've found that as I've gotten into acting, it's an entirely physical it's entirely physical, and it requires, it is so much more demanding than performing a song, because it's just you have to become someone else.
Yeah.
So, in how much are you like Cooper?
Well, I'm not good at cards.
So you have to learn that.
I can't build a water tower.
Okay, make a list. You know what I mean. Like at an emotional level.
Well, I think I'm a very quiet and introspective person when I'm not on the radio. So in various regards, I do understand this boy and this man and quite a bit, and which I think translates very well. It was a nice role for me to sort of involve myself in.
Are we going to see more musical theater from you?
I believe so, and I will.
I know. We're not supposed to talk about certain things, but I mean, has this whetted your appetite?
You know what? It really has. I was, I did a small acting course later, just this past year, and I was involved in a summer works play, and it's something that was really, they talk about the bug, the acting bug, and it's really true. Once you get it, it's kind of like the clap; it never goes away.
There you go.
There's a first.
There's a good description. What can you say after that?
Really, you can't.
I mean, Justin, thank you for coming in, I think. And thank you for coming in. We've been speaking with Justin Rutledge about Divisadero, a performance. It's written by Michael Ondaatje, and the director is Daniel Brooks, and the music is written by Justin himself. It's taking place February 8th to the 26th at Theatre Passe Muraille main stage. That's at 16 Ryerson Avenue. And you can get tickets at necessaryangel.com/Divisadero, or call Theatre Passe Muraille's Arts Box Office at 416-504-7529. That's 404. Oh, let me do that again.
Please.
416-504-7529. And scene.